looks all like the show. Hello guys, my name is Larry and welcome to Simply Videos 3910, the cooking channel out there today. Man, let me tell you, today's going to be a pretty interesting little video. We're going to cook you some south of the border caldo, spicy caldo, which is caldo de res. It's a Spanish chicken soup or Spanish flavored chicken soup that we make a lot of here in South Texas. Now this also works great if you're sick, coming down with a cold or flu. Man, mix you up a pot of this stuff right here, and this will help you get over it real quick. So stick around, let's see how it's done. All right, you're going to need, one of the items you're going to need is going to be about a quarter to a half a cup of lime juice. So we'll get you those lime squeezer out here, your tool, and get you some juice coming out of it. That's a little under a quarter cup, but that'll be plenty for this pot that we're making today.
You'll need to toast the poblano pepper.
Now at this point, we're getting some chicken breast. That's what we're going to use to make the spicy caldo with today. You can use thighs, wings, legs, whatever you want to use. You just want something to make a good broth. Now I know there's not going to be a lot of fat coming out of these actually breasts here, but we're going to make it work with what we have today. That's all we have. We don't have any legs or thighs, but we do have the chicken breast, and I'm pretty fond of liking the chicken breast. So that's what we're going to use. Remember this though, that if you're using, say for instance, legs or thighs, you're going to get some really nice, broth out of it, but you're going to have a lot of fat floating to the top surface in the pan, so you're going to have to skim that off. So you're going to cut this chicken up in smaller pieces. Now you can cut them according to however you want to. It's your soup. Everybody has their own opinion as to how they like the chickens cut up. Me, I want smaller pieces. I want the juice to be absorbed into the meat. I want that soup to be really good. I want that flavor enhancing every part of this chicken that I can possibly get. So you see the sizes that I'm cutting up right here. This is really what I like. I don't want them much bigger than that. There you go. Continue to cut up your chicken. Now I'm not going to shoot the whole video of me cutting up the chicken, but you see, I believe you get the point what we're trying to achieve here. Now just to go over what we're going to be putting in it, this is going to be the lime juice. We showed you that part of the video a while ago. We're going to have us one jalapeno pepper, sliced up to the size you want. We're going to have us half a cup to 3/4 cup, maybe even a cup of cilantro. It's up to you, whatever you like. And cilantro. We're going to have us a can of corn, but you can use frozen corn just as well. Sweet corn, I prefer. Use your corn of your choice. And then, this is the poblano pepper. This is some garlic clove that was just diced up. And this is red onions. Now I kind of went a little heavy on the red onion. I'm probably not going to use all of that, but we got it just in case. And some julienne carrots. Now I will also use a couple of bay leaves. And this is comino, whole comino. I put just a tad bit of that in there. If you work with this stuff and you haven't used it, do not go crazy with it. This stuff is pretty powerful. And you can put some oregano in there if you'd like as well. So the recipe is not set in stone, it's not in concrete. You can change it, move it around just as much as you want to, however you want to. Okay, now that we've got all the hard part done, kind of sit back and relax once you get all the rest of it mixed up. You're going to be adding all these ingredients to that pot over there that I'm going to show you shortly. We're going to get the water kind of heated up. We're going to start getting that chicken kind of boiled into that water and start creating the sauces and the flavor of the chicken into the water. Or creating our own broth, in other words, and it should be pretty flavorful. But we're going to slowly introduce the other items that we showed you earlier in the video into the pot, and then bring that up to a light boil. And once it's finished cooking, we're going to let it simmer for about 30 minutes. So let me get a little closer to it. Let me get the camera over there to the stove so you can see what we're going to be doing at this point. All right, we've had it on the stove now for about 10 minutes, and you can see we don't have the heat up really high, but you can see that it's starting to bring the tip up of the chicken and the so-called broth that we're going to be making. Kind of a little recap. We got all this stuff over here that we're going to be putting in there. Be careful on the the whole comino, because like I said, it is very, very strong if you plan on using that. So I believe at this point in time, I'm going to start adding the ingredients. So we're going to add jalapenos. We're going to add the lime juice. We're going to add some carrots. You can dump all this in there at one time. We're going to add the corn. And then we're going to add, you know what, I'm going to take the onions by hand. Some people just don't like a lot of onions. Now me, on the other hand, I do. We're going to put some poblano peppers in there. These are the roasted poblanos. You got your garlic. Now, I'm not going to put this cilantro in there because it's going to break down really, really quick, being it's so little and thin and light. So I'm not going to put that in there till later on. And then you're going to add just a little bit of the comino. But remember what I told you, this stuff is very, very strong. That's plenty right there. And do not forget the last but the least, 2 bay leaves. And I'm not going to use oregano today. You can use it if you like. Now let's get this stuff boiling away here on top of this little stove and see how it's going to come together. This stuff is all going to marry together and it's going to be fantastic. Nothing like spicy caldo from South Texas. Stick around, let's see how this goes. Okay, I've reached about 15 minutes of cooking time and it's on the stove here now. I wanted to say something. If you taste the broth and you don't feel like it's rich enough in flavor, there's something you can add to it to make it really taste a whole lot better, and that's Knorr chicken flavor. Now, let me walk over here and see. I got some here. Now I might add a few teaspoons to it myself. There's what it is, folks. Let's see if we can get it up there. Knorr chicken flavor. Now I'm going to share another secret with you. If you do any barbecuing and you like to cook barbecue chicken, you can take this Knorr and any other spice that you might like, any flavor profile that you might have in your taste buds or in your mind that you do like, and you can take this, mix it up, heat it up in some water, and filter it out with a little sifter, the spices, after you cook it for 5 or 10 minutes, and inject that into your chicken, and it'll really kick up the flavor on that chicken that you're barbecuing. If you want to get even more technical, take the skin off the chicken and season the meat directly, inject the meat, then take your toothpick, spin the skin back down on the chicken, then season the outer layer of the skin, put that on a bit, and you'll have you some really good stuff. Okay, now we're back to the caldo. As you see, the level of the juice, the soup itself, liquid, is less than half full of this pot. So I am going to add some water to it. Let me get a cup here. There's one glass, and there is another. Now you're going to lose some of that liquid when you're cooking. You know, you're going to put a lid on it, of course, and you're going to capture that. That steam's going to keep that liquid in there. But you are going to lose some of that liquid. So you're going to be dissolving or breaking down that stock flavor. I can tell by just looking at it that I'm going to want to put some of this Knorr, just like I told you earlier, in there. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. Now I've got a big old tablespoon here. And I'm going to take, there's 1 level tablespoon. Not quite level. I mean, I might be cheating a little bit there. Put that in there. And then we're going to mix it up. Because we added that water to it, that's going to break down that stock. Like I said, if you want it really kicked up in flavor, put you a little bit more in there, and I'm going to do that too. Now then we're going to turn the heat up on it. Here we go. Get that Knorr back off of there. We're going to put a lid on it, and then shortly we're going to be right back here showing you what it looks like. Let me say something else about Knorr. Knorr, the flavoring has been around for a long, long time. I don't know how many years, but it's been around a long, long time. Now you can get it in shrimp, chicken, tomato, and beef. Now I've used them all, especially the beef when you're doing brisket or any kind of beef steak. Chicken, tomatoes, it works in beans, and shrimp, of course, any seafood soup that you're cooking. Shortly here, guys, we're going to check out how it turned out. Okay, now we're at the point you're going to want to add your salt and your pepper. Now you'll add your salt and your pepper to your taste. You may not want it very salty. Me, I love salt and I love pepper. So we're going to give it a good douse of that right there. Got the fire just a little bit too hot. We're going to bring it down some. We'll put the lid back on it. And all we're going to do now is wait till it's finished. Something else you can add to the spicy caldo if you wanted to would be potatoes, or you can add some cabbage. Now I was going to add some cabbage today, but I just can't find any in that refrigerator over there, so we're just going to have to eat it just like we showed you at the beginning with all the recipes that we initially started with. But you can add those two, don't forget that.